Hey everyone, let me thank you all for attending today. Let me say a few words to introduce myself and what the content I will talk about. My name is Nermeen Wageh. I am from Egypt. I studied computer science many years ago, and I had a long pause. Then I started again. So I started problem solving 8 months ago, and I solved more than 300 problems only it could. So today I want to share with us what's the problem solving and why it matters, and how to start to practice. And I will give you some tips and tricks to progress quickly and which online resources to choose. And we will solve our problems together, okay? First, what's the problem solving and why it matters? Problem solving is a skill that helps you to determine why issue is happening and how to think and solve it in optimal way. Then, when I made it a researches, I found that in problem-solving skills are the most sought after soft skill of 2022. And I found that 86% of employers look for the problem-solving skills on the student CV. So let's begin to show why problem-solving it's have a big effect on you. So the effect of problem-solving in you that you will become strong in the basics of programming language, and that help you to write a good algorithm and learn another language easily. So in my personal opinion, problem solving give me to take a better decisions in my life and make me more patient and more present. So because problem solving, it improves your mindset. So why it's a very important skill. So problem solving, it have steps. To solve the problem, first you should to define the problem first, then brainstorm solution, then choose pick a solution and implement it. In the next slide, we will talk how to pick the optimal solution from your solutions. Okay, first thing, how to start. First, you must choose your own language you're comfortable with it and learn the basics of this language. Basics like data types, strings, loop, if conditions, functions, lists, and dictionary. Why basics is very important to start with it? Because if you become strong in the basics of your language, you can work with your data and using data structure and write a good code and easily, because everything it's building on the basics of the language. Okay, second thing is the data structure. Okay, long story short, data structure, it make it easy for users to access and work with the data. And we have two types of data structure, linear and non-linear data structure. Linear data structure is like array, queue, stack, and linked list. So it's better for you to choose to learn the linear data structure than to learn non-linear data structure. Because tree and graph, it's maybe you will using queue and stack in the problem solving when you start to solve tree and graph problems. Then, algorithm. What's algorithm? Algorithm, it's some structure, instructions you follow, you give it for the input to solve the problem. So, I want to ask you a question. Does anyone know? It's important to know a lot of algorithms before you start problem solving. Can anyone answer? I don't listen.
I have unmute. I have given the permission.
Oh, okay. Can you unmute for people to ask you a question for them?
Yeah. So I have given the permission. You can unmute. Thank
Yes,
you.
okay. Okay. Does anyone know? It's important to know a lot of algorithms before you start problem solving. No answer. What?
Yes, I think.
Yes, it's a good answer. Thank you. No. Okay. It's a good answer. Thank you. It's not important to know any algorithm when you want to start problem solving, because it's very important to start to write your own algorithm when you start. It's very important to implement the solution you get it for the problem. Then if you want to improve your algorithm, you can see the solution of another people solve the problem or calculate the time complexity of a lot of solutions, but it's very better to start to write your algorithm in the beginning, okay? So thank you, okay. Second thing, the most common algorithms in problem solving, it's a recursion, divide and conquer, DB, greedy, and brute force backtracking. Okay, this is the most common algorithm. Okay, time and space complexity. Time and space complexity is the time taken to run your algorithm, and space complexity is the space taken in the memory. Okay, I will ask again. Does anyone know why time and space complexity is very important in the to start problem solving? Can you make unmute? Okay.
May I answer?
Yes, I want your answer. Did you know why time and space complexity is very important skill?
Yeah, maybe to control if the solution will be practical to run in the computer within the time and within the space available in the computer and so on.
Okay, thank you so much. Good answer. Okay, time and space complexity is very important when you start in problem solving, because sometimes when you start to solve the problem, there is a lot of solution of the problem. So how to choose the optimum solution from your solutions? So it's a time to calculate the time and space complexity. So in this next slide, we will know the most common, the best time complexity. Okay, the most common time complexity is constant time, linear time, logarithmic time, quadratic time. So what's the constant time? Constant time, it's the same amount of time to be executed for your algorithm. So let's look at the example. If you have an array and you want to see the value of any index, you can get the value by index, and the time of complexity of this operation, it's O of 1. You are not dependent on the size of the array. Okay, so it's the constant time. It's a okay linear time. This is the time to execute your algorithm is directly proportional to the input size of n. So if you have a size of array, the time of complexity is directly proportional to the size of the input. So if you have array, I want to tell you example for the linear time. If you have array and you want to get the sum of these values of the array. So this is the code, is coding by Python, okay? So if you want to get the values, sum the values of the array, you should to for loop on the array to add the values in the variable. So when we print the variable sum, you will get the answer is 21. So it's a time complexity of n, because we are looping in every value on the array of values, okay? So logarithmic algorithm. It's a time takes to run the algorithm directly proportional to the logarithm of the input size of n. So the most common algorithm is the binary search. Okay, I will tell you long story short of this. If you have a sorted array and you want to get the index of any number, so this example, this is the time of complexity log of n. It is not looping on the all of array. It's going to the middle and it check. You are the search number. It's bigger than the middle or smaller than the middle. And if the number is bigger than the middle, he will neglect all the numbers smaller than the middle, and so on. So it's a time of log n. And this is code Python, okay? Quadratic time. Quadratic time, it's time to execution. It's directly proportional to the square of input size n. So the most common, if you have array and target number, and you want to check if there's two numbers is equal to the target. So I can make a nested loop to check. So you will looping in the array n times. You will check every number with all the another numbers and so on. So the time complexity is of n square. So how to choose the website in the beginning? There is two ways. If you want to be a competitive programmer, you will choose Topcoder or Codeforces because it's help support you to be a competitive programming and joining competitions and something like this. And if you want to start problem solving or preparing for interview, there is have LeetCode and HackerRank will support you and preparing you to in the problem solving or to join or to going to interview or something like this. And I prefer LeetCode for beginning because it's straightforward in the problems and make some courses online to support you in any topic you are weakness in it. Okay, some advices. Okay, in my personal opinion, if you are beginning in problem solving, it's very important to choose the problems with high acceptance rates because it means that a lot of people solve it and it's easy to start because it's very important to be consistent in problem solving. So the another advice is to see another solution. If you solve it problem or not, you must see another solution for another people to see how another people think about think on the same problem. Then if you want to preparing for interview, it's very good for you to join contest because it's help you solve a problems under pressure, like the same happens in the interview. Does anyone have any question? You can stop me anytime to ask me, okay? And we will going to solve problem with each other. And I have another advice, the only advice I want to tell you. But after we solve the problems, we'll back and give you my last advice, okay? Okay, then. Okay, my screen sharing.
Yes.
Yes, okay, good. Okay, I will solve this problem. It's very common problem. It's called two-sum. So this problem, it's given array of integers, nums, okay? And the integer target. Return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to the target. So you may assume that each input would have exactly one solution. You don't you don't use the same element twice, okay? So okay, if you have array of nums and target he wants you to choose two numbers, the sum equal to the target. So the first answer, my pre-force solution that I made a nested loop like this. My code is Python, okay? I will going and make two for loop, nested loop, and check every number with all another number and so on. This is the first bad solution. This is the first solution I get of n squared, okay? I will show you how to choose the optimum solution from your solutions, okay? Okay, if nums of I equal plus nums of j equal target, return indices, okay? So let's choose the time, let's choose a submit. Maybe it will time limit. Okay, so what's wrong? Sorry. I plus 1, because I want to check every element after the element I stopped here. Okay. time limits. Time limits because the time complexity of this code, it's O of n square. So he need, in the problems, he told me, if you can come up with algorithm that less than of O and S square. So what the second solution can we think about it? Okay, let's think if you have a dictionary, and when we go save in the dictionary the difference of every element in the array. Like if the first element 2, I ask the dictionary, if 9 minus 2 is in the dictionary, have I element in the dictionary, the answer is 9 minus 7. 7 is already in the array? No, because it's not in dictionary. Dictionary is empty now. So I'm going to another number and ask 9 minus 7. It's 2, it's in dictionary, so it's the result, yes, it's in dictionary. So return the indices of the what I am stopped and the index in the dictionary. Okay, I will going to solve and to understand. Okay. And look, today the dictionary is empty. Now the dictionary is empty. So I will make the difference nums target minus nums of I. Okay, so I will ask if diff in dictionary, and I ask that's in difference in dictionary. No, dictionary is empty now. So if yes, I will return the indices is what I am stopped and the value of the key of diff. Okay, and I'm go so on to add every element in the dictionary and put the indices the value of the key. Okay, the key now it's the nums of I, what the number I stopped on it, and the value is the indices. Okay, so look, every time I'm going to, I will check about the 7, if 7 is in dictionary or not, and so on. Going to the 7, I'm making for loop, so I going to the 7. If 9 minus 7, 2, the difference is in dictionary or not. What's the time complexity of this code? Time complexity of this code, when we make a for loop, we were looping for each element in the array. So the time complexity is O of n, because we are looping in the size input. Okay, then the check operation in dictionary, when the time complexity of this operation, it's O of 1, because we were looking by key. So the time complexity of this code, O of 1. So the time complexity of the code of O of n. Okay, it's the first problem. So does any clear? Does any? Hey, I want to ask them if this part is clear. Hey.
Yes, for me it is clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we will go into the second problem. Second problem is called valid anagram. Giving two strings, S and T, return true if T is anagram of S. So what's the meaning of anagram? Anagram, it means that you have two strings, S and T, and you want to check if string T have the same character in S and the same count of character in S. So let's check the first example. Okay, we have a string T, okay, have n characters, A characters, J characters, or M. Okay, what's the count of every character? N, it's 1, A is 3, J is 1, R 1, and M 1. Okay, let's check string S. Have character N and A and J, and so on. Okay. Let us take the count of every character in string S. N is 1 and A 3. J is 1, R 1, M 1. So if you want to comparing the two strings with each other, you will find that in N is 1, count 1, and it's appear 1 in the string. A is 3, and here is A is 3, J1, J1, R1, 1, MM. So the result will return true. That's why the output here is true, because there are the string T is anagram of string S. Okay, you will check the another string in another example. Okay, we are in example 2. We will check string T, C, A, R. Okay, and the count of C1, A1, R1, and a string S, R, A, T. Okay, so we will count every character in the string. So we will look at in character C, it's found in string T and string S. Character A, it's found in string T and string S. And and character T is found in T and S. And so not happen. Okay, sorry. Okay, we will find that R it's in string T and string S. A string T and in string S, but C in string T, not in string S, and T in string S and not in string T. So there is it's return false because there is the same length, but the character is not the same. Okay, so first thing I think it's in the problem. If there's the two strings not the same length, if length is not equal length T, return false because maybe any string of them have more characters, so it is not anagram. So the second thing I think about, I want to make a dictionary for string S and dictionary for string T, and count every character. Make the character is the key, and I want to count every character in each string to see every character in the strings, what's the count of it. So when I make dictionary for string S and dictionary for string T, I want to add for each string I will add for dictionary S, the key of dictionary S will be the characters, S of I. And I want the value of this key, I want to count how much the character is repeated on the string, So I want to make one dictionary.get of S of I 0. This line, it means that put the character as a key, and then ds.get, if the key is in dictionary, add 1, or not, make the default value 0 and add 1. So the result will be, if you have a dictionary, so it will be A, and first it's 1. If the character E come again, it will be 2, 3. It will count in the value, So I will make the same for the string T. So we will show now. I won't show you what the shape of the dictionary is and dictionary T. Look. One. dictionary S dictionary T I does get okay. Not a problem. Doesn't okay. Indentation of Python is very okay. I want to show you just what's the shape of dictionary. Look, the first dictionary A, and the count is 3. N is the count is 1, J, and so on. And the second dictionary N is 1, A equals 3, J equals 1, R1, M1. So I want to check if the two dictionary is equal or not. So if dictionary S equal dictionary T, return true, else return false. Okay, we can see now the results. Okay, I will tell you another solution for this problem. Let's think if we made sorted the two strings sorted. We will sort string S and string T. So, and we thought if S equal T, return true. Else, return false. Now we have two solutions for the problems. So, how to choose if you have this, and I will write another solution. Okay. Okay. So I want to back the okay. If you have these two solutions, how to choose? We will calculate now the time complexity for each solution to know how to choose between us. Okay, this is the solution, the first solution, and this second solution. Okay, what's the time complexity of the first solution for this solution? Okay, the time complexity of this solution is n log n, because we are make assorted. So the time complexity of this code n log n, because we are looping for the two strings of n and making a sorted. So the sorted it's log n, so its time complexity is n log n. So we are going to the second solution. We make a dictionary and make for loop for the string S, and we add in time the elements in the dictionary, and now we check if the dictionary are equal or not. We are saying before the time complexity of dictionary, when we check the key, it's time complexity of 1. And here we are making a loop, so the time complexity of n. So in the time complexity, we will add the operations complexity of every function. Okay, so of 1 plus of n, we will take the biggest. So the biggest is of n. Okay, so that's the second problems. I won't solve it with it. Everything is clear. Does anyone have any question? Okay. Okay. Are you hearing me clear? Does anyone hear me clear?
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes. Okay. So we will back to the presentation, because I have the only advice, the last thing. So the last thing I want, if I want to give you one advice, that's the only advice I want to give you. It's to be consistent. Consistent is the key of success. Sometimes you can stuck at times. Don't give up, because every level in problem solving have its time, and you must be patient to have a progress quickly. So the only advice for you to be consistent in problem solving, and in my personal opinion, the only thing helped me to improve my problem solving skill is because I was consistent in problem solving, and I try to solve every day, even I didn't solve the problem, but I try, and if I give up and I don't know how to solve the problem, I see another solution for another people to see how to think on this problem. So this is my only advice to be to improve your skills in problem solving. You should to be consistent. So thank you. I am finished. So does have anyone questions?
Yeah, thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. So now we will be moving to the QA session. So if you have any question, then please raise your hand, or you can type on the chat box also. So we have one hand raised by Self.
Yes, hello, Safe.
Yeah, please ask your question. Yeah.
Hello, Safe.
Hello. I need to ask some question.
Yes, sure.
In my first step to solve problem solving, I need your advice or your opinion about lead code, about all things about lead code for beginner. Can you advise us how to solve a problem in lead code?
Yes, sure. First thing, in lead code, you must choose the problems have acceptance rate. You can choose for the problem, easy problems, okay? In the lead code, you have, there is a filters, you can choose from it. First thing, you can filter the easy problems, okay? You started with easy problems and choose the problems with high acceptance rate, because it means that a lot of people solve this problem. So it's good for you to start it with the problems a lot of people solve it. And if you are beginner, not strong in data structures, or not know a lot of data structure, I start with the basics of the language, because it's very important, and it's helped me a lot to solve a lot of problems, because I solve it on the basics first, okay? First, solve about in the strings problem, make a loop, choose the problems, easy problems, and uses for loop if conditions. Choose the array problems, strings, and started with it. And in my opinion, to learn the dictionary, to know the dictionary, what the dictionary, and how to use it in your own language, and started in lead code. Lead code is very straightforward in the problem. So in the beginning, it's very helpful for you to choose in the filters the problems with strings to solve in the first, for you to solve on the strings, in if conditions, and for loops, to practice yourself how to practice your basics. You know what I mean? Hello, Save, you understand me?
Yes. Can you explain now the website of lead code? This website is big. I will with this website.
Okay, I will open for you now. Okay, I will open for you lead code. I also started to solve on lead code. Okay, did you see my account?
First steps for beginner, can I see? First steps for beginner, can I start?
Okay. Okay, I tell you to know the basics of your language. Okay, and if it's first time for you, I prefer to choose Python for beginner, because it's easy to learn and implement. And that's a language I started with it. It's very easy to implement if conditions and loop for lists and dictionary and everything in Python. It's helped me a lot in problem solving. So you asked about the language you wanted, or you asked about what the problems?
I need the language C for embedded system programming.
Okay, I don't know, but I will show you. Did you see now the lead code account?
You can share the screen.
Yes, you can see my screen. Okay. First, you will go to the problems.
Please share the screen.
Share screen. I make share screen. Okay. Thanks. So one moment, please. Share screen. Okay. Okay. Now you see my screen.
Yes.
Hello. Okay. This is my screen. Okay. This is my account. I started to going to the problems and choose the difficulty and going to the easy problems in the first. Okay. And going to the tags. Okay, and choose a string problem in the first, and make the acceptance to come with the high acceptance problems. That means a lot of people solve it. This is very easy. Okay, we will going this problem. Okay, so you know, so okay, okay, there is accepted of 17600. Okay, and submission. Did you see the number? It's a lot of people make submission for this problem. So it means that it's very easy to start. Not very easy, but it's easy to start, because the most thing will help you to be consistent in solution. Don't solve a problem every day, but try to solve problem every day. Did you know what's the difference? Start to open LeetCode every day and choose problem easy with high acceptance, and choose from these tags array, strings, not going to any data structure now. Okay, you don't need to solve in any data structure or to know any algorithm if you are beginner. You don't need. I don't start with anything. I just start with if conditions. I know dictionary, for loop, how to write for loop, how to access the array, the first element, the last element, how to work with array. Then I start the problem solving. Sometimes I open easy problem and I don't know what the problem need. Sometimes it's happened to me. I don't understand the problem. So I take the expressions and going to Google Translate or Wikipedia and try to find what the problem need. Then, or sometimes I going to the, did you know, if I going to any problem and going to the solutions, okay, I will find a lot of solution for another people. So you can choose your language, use it, and see how the people solve the same problem with the language you chose it, and you can see the answer and learn from the answer. So why we need to be strong in the basics and to implement the basics to can understand another solution of people, okay? So I prefer to start solve in the basics only. Don't make pressure on you to know a lot of data structure or to know a lot of algorithm. I start with the basics only, and I didn't make any pressure on myself. I started to using only how to solve the problem with if condition, for loop, array, dictionary only. Then step by step, I learned data structure, what's the stack, what's the queue, what's the linked list. Then after 2 months, I started to learn what's a binary search tree and how to use DFS and BFS and how to solve graph problems. So I started from 8 months ago, and I started graph from 1 month only. So don't make pressure on you. Basics is very important, and it is very important to be consistent in problem solving or to learn how to work with the data structure. Okay, any question?
Thank you very much.
Okay, that everything is good. Understand me well?
Yes, I understand you very good.
Yeah, thank you so much, Saif. I hope for you a good practice on LeetCode. Okay, does anyone have any question? Okay, I think. Okay, we will waiting if anyone have any question.
Yeah, so if you see on the chat, so there is one question that what the topics should I know before starting problem solving?
Okay.
So what topics should I know before starting of doing anything?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, topics, to know topics, if you are beginner, you can choose topic dictionary. The most common concepts or topics I found it on LeetCode when I started the problem solving. Dictionary is very important topic. You must start with it. Then you can start with a stack, then queue, linked list. In the slides, I will show you two types of data structure, linear and non-linear. So if you want to start with dictionary, the first topic, then stack, queue, then linked list. Then you can choose the non-linear data structure like tree and graph. But this is why I made it. So I started with linear data structure. I learned topic, then topic, then topic. When I covered all the topic in stack, queue, linked list, binary search tree, greedy. Greedy is a common algorithm. I found it on problem solving on LeetCode. So that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So there is one more question, that where have you learned Python? So Miss, from where, which website it would be better to learn Python?
Yeah, I started Python from 8 months ago. It's the first time for me. I going to YouTube and choosing how to learn Python in the beginner. So I found a lot of videos, but I learned the basics only: if conditions, list, loop, strings, dictionary, and function. That's it. Not learned more. And I started to implement on LeetCode with these basics.
Okay, thank you. So I want to add on this one. So there is another website called globalaihub.com. So globalaihub.com. So you can go there. You can learn Python. You can learn machine learning for Python, right? So yeah, it is good website. So you can explore this one, globalaihub.com. So I have mentioned on the chat. Thank you.
You are welcome. Does anyone have any question?
I need your opinion about the programming skills study plan on LeetCode. After SQL study plan, there are programming skills study plan. What is your opinion about programming skills study plan?
Programming skills study plan. Okay. Programming skill. What it means? Programming skill. You want
on LeetCode website.
On LeetCode, which what?
Website.
Websites. Okay. I prefer. I told you that I prefer LeetCode to practice your problem solving skill on it, because there is problems straightforward and you can understand it easily, and it's very easy for, and you have, if you look, my screen is sharing or not?
Yes.
Okay.
There are icon called programming skills study plan.
Programming. Yes, you understand. You want this? You mean that?
And share the screen. I can see.
I make a screen. You okay? Wait. Okay.
Could you share the link?
Yes. Okay. That did you mean that LeetCode the study plan?
After SQL study plan, there are programming skills study plan. Arrow to left. Arrow to left.
Okay. You are going to study SQL plan. That's what I mean.
After arrow left. Yes.
Okay.
Programming skills study plan.
Programming. Okay.
What is your opinion on this?
Okay. I try this. I don't try this, but you can. LeetCode is very perfect to study plan, to follow. There is a study plan, but I try this. This is the LeetCode 75 problems. Start with easy level, and we'll go into with it and see the topics. Okay. This is going with you from scratch. What's the prefix sum, string, linked list, greedy, tree, binary search tree, graph, BFS, DFS, DB, sliding window, hash map, stack, heap. So I try this, but every course in every study plan in lead code, I recommend it. It's very good. I don't try even a binary search and lead code 75 problems. But if you choose any study plan in lead code, it's very good because it's very sequentially. We are going from easy to medium in any topic. So I don't try this programming skills, but it's good for lead code to choose with any study plan.
There is a basic level or basic study.
Okay, this is mean. Okay, we will open and see. Okay. Okay, basic data types, operator. Okay, it's perfect. It's help you the basics of the language. What's the data type and how to use it? What's the operator? What the conditional statements like if condition and loop. So this is the basics. I talked about it in presentation. You must know the basics first. Then he will go with you with data structure and something like this. You understand data types in the presentation, data types. You must know what the operators like and or how to use it, conditional statements, loop, something like this. So it's good for you if you want to start in problem solving. So it's good for you. You will learn the basics of the language and how to use it. So it's very good a choice. Hey, Safe, are you hearing me?
Yes, I am understand you. Thank you.
Yes, everything is good. Okay.
Everything is good.
Okay, thank you, Safe.
Yeah, so if there is any question, you can raise the hand, or otherwise we will wrap the session. So, so is there is any question? Just you can type on the QA, say on the QA chat box.
Okay. I think no answer.
Yeah, I also think so. So
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
your session was nice. So I
thank you
think,
so much.
yeah, I think most of the audience has understood that what are the things that needs to be considered while solving the problem. So it is more about the academic part. So means I'm more into the professional, but I also learned many things on this side, on this view. Thank you for that one, and thank you all for the patience to listen till 6:50 in Nepali time. I think so. So there is one more question from Om Prakash. Joined lately, will surely see the recording. Okay, thank you, Prakash. See the recording.
Thank you all for showing up.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for Miss listening till 1 hour. And thank you, Nirmal, for giving your wonderful presentation on Tech Webinar Nepal Series 50. And I like to thank to our supporters, Microsoft, Living with ICT, Impact of Kathmandu, and ICT Samachar. Thank you for that one. And I wish to see you again in our next webinar, Tech Webinar Series 51. Thank you all. Yeah. Have a nice day. Good night. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.